Polestar shares rising this morning after the company posted higher revenue and narrowed its operating losses in the third quarter. Yahoo Finance senior auto correspondent Pras Subramanian is here with us. Pras, I can't say I'm surprised. I'm seeing these Polestar cars everywhere lately.
Yeah, you know, so I was actually first net profit as a public company too,
wow.
right? So 14 cents a share here. The expectation was a 12-cent loss, so kind of surprising they actually pulled it out with a, kind of eked out a little profit here, which is more than we can say about other EV
like
companies, right? So for the first three, revenue-wise, $435 million. That's up 105% compared to a year ago. They delivered around 30,000 cars, and they said they're going to hit their goal of 50,000 cars for the year, so that's pretty good. A bit of cold water here, though. Thomas Engelland, the CEO, said in a media call that, talking about part shortages, will the situation improve next year? No. We expect this again to be something that keeps us busy basically through 2023. So there's still a little bit of issue there with those, parts shortages. They had a China lockdown in China. Their factory in Chengdu was shut down for a month. That also knocked their production forecast from 65K to 50K. So that happened. But hey, at least they're going to hit that 50K outlook. And also they raised about $1.6 billion in new money to kind of keep them in good shape through next year.
This car looks nice. This is pretty sleek here. So how is Polestar stacking up against the other EV makers?
I think the big difference is that they have the backing of Geely and Volvo, their corporate partners, right? So they have huge kind of parents essentially that can help them build cars in China and in the States, right? They're going to build that Polestar 3 brand in the U.S. at Volvo's plant in I think South Carolina. So they have those sort of huge kind of benefactors that are helping them out, floating them through this mess. I shouldn't say mess, but floating them through kind of the early stages of development. But also, talking about, you have people that can help you build cars with an asset-light type of business model where they can actually rely on their partners to help them build these cars. So that's more than you can say about for like a Rivian or a Lucid, where they're going from scratch and you can see these growing pains. Tremendous.
For all of these companies, it comes down to a few things. Battery, but also the synergies production-wise. And you're just running through some of that production and what that's going to look like. What type of synergies does Polestar have for the types of vehicles that it's bringing to market as well within that production?
So, they're leveraging a lot of Volvo, I think, from a design point of view, chassis point of view, sharing a number of chassis with Volvo cars. And then I think they use Geely for a lot of the technical know-how, the motors and things like that. And I think Polestar does their own technical development too with their motors.
It was cool. I sat in one of these. I reviewed one, Pras, and when you sit in there, all the technology turns on. It's totally seamless. It's a wild car. Really nice car. Good price, too.
There's no crank. You just sit inside and it knows you're in there and the car's on.
Are we done with the crank? Are we done with sticking a key in and having to go through that?
Brad.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wonderful. All right. That's only if I buy perhaps a 96 used car at this point. Pras, thanks so much for taking the time here with us today. Appreciate it.